Everyone I know is depressed, and I can't understand why that's not the case for a lot of people. You just look at the modern life that we're being offered, the dystopian future we have, job losses to AI, to efficiency, productivity, anything to push up profits for companies now. And it's not even just from a financial standpoint why I think a lot of people I know are depressed and why I think most people are depressed. It's also the quality of life. And again, I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about the type of culture, the work culture, the culture in general, and where I live, where my friends live back home. You can't really do much anymore with what you have. And what I mean by that is you look at what wages were back 20, 25 years ago. You could do things with your money to enjoy yourself, right? Like they would always say, well, money can't buy happiness. Yes, that's kind of true, but money can also give you a better life, which could lead to you being more happy and not so depressed. Now, one thing that I used to really enjoy was going to concerts, festivals and concerts. It was a real piece of joy for me, especially seeing like a band that I grew up listening to and just sharing that experience with a friend or someone else or a significant other. And now you look at the prices of concert tickets and how detached they are from reality. And ultimately, maybe that's why. It's because anything that grounds you to more life experiences, like real experiences, are becoming so much more expensive. And that itself is really depressing when you look at it like that, because that is one of the things that make life worth living is the experiences you have. When these experiences become more gated and harder to access, it makes it very depressing to live a life where you realize that you're kind of you're in a form of modern slavery, right? Like you're working to just pay your bills and pay your taxes. And then you also don't have as much freedom as you did before. You look at people who are homeless, and I'm not saying I'm envious of homeless people at all. My God, no. Like, a lot of them live horrible lives. But a lot of them are also not paying taxes. A lot of them are also in a position of, freedom. They can kind of do what they want except for travel, because I imagine a lot of them don't have passports and stuff. But they don't really have to answer to really anyone. They can do whatever they want. Well, not whatever they want, but they don't have at least a boss or a manager that they have to talk to and bills that they have to pay, anything like that. It's mostly just a survival instinct. And we're kind of all in a bit of a survival state right now, but we don't realize it. We're surviving to work and pay bills, because the moment you lose your job and you can't pay your bills, you'll be in the same situation. You look at the amount of people who are living today who are just like one paycheck away from financial ruin and insolvency. It's crazy. Like, consumer debt, credit card debt in Canada and the Western world is honestly through the roof right now, because you can't really save. What do you do with your money? Like, this is one of the reasons why I think people buy so much stuff, because they're like, well, at least I have value in my stuff, and some of the stuff I have goes up in value. So collectibles and etc., stuff like that, gold, jewelry. Because when you make money and you have a little bit extra, before it just gets pissed away, you got to do something with it, right? You can't really afford to go to concerts as much anymore because all of these real life experiences are so much more expensive, including travel. So you put it in stuff. You can't really put it in your savings account because, well, how much are you going to make in your savings account? You know how pathetic it is? Like, I think my savings account gives me like 0.2% savings or something like that. It's insane. There's literally no point in keeping my money in my bank account apart from just so I don't get any fees, like overdraft fees or anything like that. So I have to keep something in there, but I'm not really keeping in there to make any money, because you can't make any money. You have to put it in the stock market or an RSP or a TFSA or an index fund, an ETF, or stuff. Like, you're almost forced to put your money somewhere else instead of just saving it for a rainy day, or just saving it for something down the road that you might want or experience, right? Like travel, for a home or something like that, a car. There's no point in saving money anymore. That might be a controversial take, but that's kind of the way I actually feel. There's really no point in saving money anymore because you're not making anything off of the money you're saving. It might give you some peace of mind, sure, but putting your money into something else is, I think, the smarter move now. And that's another reason why I think people are so depressed, is because people who have that old mentality, they don't understand how far they're slipping in this world. You can't save enough to match inflation. Inflation here in the country of Canada is insane. Grocery inflation alone in Canada is downright scary, and yet they're saying it's like 2 to 3% inflation. People are looking at prices they'd spend at Costco for like red meat 4 years ago versus today. It's almost doubled on certain products. But everyone I know is depressed. They won't even admit it. But it's just, this is the life we're living right now. Modern society has turned everyone depressed, and it makes perfect sense as to why. We're essentially slaves to our employers, slaves to the banks, slaves to our currency that is being devalued all the time. The Canadian dollar pays for like nothing now. Heck, you don't even have to just specifically look at the Canadian dollar. Look at the US dollar too. That's been slipping, but not as bad as the Canadian dollar. Everyone's depressed. No one really wants to admit it. Anyways, it's a little bit of a rant video today. Hope you enjoy these rants. If you have anything else that you'd like to share, please leave it down below in the comment section. Maybe you disagree with me, or maybe you do agree with me. Either way, leave it down below in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Yeah, I guess that's it.